Welcome to this epic battle. Today we are going to witness a true battle of fists. Both sides sent their toughest fighters to battle, with the losing side forced to make concessions. Big brother Sun Xiao recommended Shan to his father to represent He in the fight to test Shan's true power. Sun Yi arranged for a few strongmen to gang up on Shan, but he easily dispatched them. Soon, it was the day of the showdown, and all the major forces of Chinatown gathered at the bar. This battle not only concerns interest division between the two gangs, but also decides their future status, so both will go all out. A real men's clash is imminent. Shan struck first with a direct punch that nearly brought his opponent to tears. Soon, they were locked in combat, exchanging powerful blows. Times earl, Shan easily countered his opponent's rapid attacks, then pinned him down with a slam. When Shan tried to advance, he was hit in the leg and took several more blows. When the opponent tried to go for the win, Shan turned around and landed a punch to the chest, following up with a flying kick that sent him crashing to the ground. Just as he was about to unbuckle the symbolic victory bell, the opponent suddenly pivoted, channeling all his energy into his arms. He glanced at the beauty in the stance, who nodded in approval. Subtitles: he was ready to break Shan's neck directly, while the Chinese young man was hoisted high up by the American. Nearby police couldn't stop this violence. They aimed to establish authority and force the Chinese out of Chinatown. The violent actions only fueled anti-Chinese. A large group surged toward Chinatown, flooding the streets to start burning, killing, and looting. The Chinese shops had no means to resist. They were smashed. Even women holding babies couldn't escape the misfortune, as the Chinese man fought back to protect his property. But he was shot down by the white mob, turning Chinatown, the only foothold for Chinese in San Francisco, into a hell on earth, resembling a large slaughterhouse. A racial war was about to break out as they witnessed their hard-earned home being ruthlessly destroyed by whites. Subtitles: the various major gangs in Chinatown all congregated in one place, making the collective decision to stand united and jointly safeguard the beloved Chinatown. He brought down Old Man's henchmen to stop things to protect the two women upstairs. As a chow from White Rock East quickly fell, the landlady's men arrived just in time to help. In this racial battle, show no mercy. Meanwhile, Sun Xiao's two daggers danced, exploiting short weapon edge in the alley. The lives of the white thugs were ruthlessly harvested by him when suddenly a gunshot rang out. His brother was shot in the head, so Sun Xiao quickly ducked behind cover, using a white cloth to obscure the enemy's vision, making a leap to knock down. In the midst of battle, he was ambushed and knocked to the ground. He picked up a handgun, just about to pull the trigger, when Sun Yi appeared just in time to save his son's life. On the other side, indeed. The old Chinese man awkwardly swung his heirloom nunchucks to shield his family, but an American snatched them, intrigued by the strange weapon. The American was quite curious, and just as he was about to strike, Shan deftly swung his nunchucks, fiercely taking down each and every vicious thug. Each sweep whizzed through the air with the cries of enemies mixed in, as the old man looked on in disbelief at Shan's incredible martial skills. Shan continued battling until the last enemy was knocked down. Facing the flying nunchucks, the Americans felt helpless, as their usual brute force fighting techniques were no match for Shan's clever and agile movements. He didn't dare to advance, as Shan's graceful combination of Chinese martial arts and nunchucks was proving too much for them. Repelling every intruder, Shan didn't flinch even when facing many attackers. He showed the exquisite mastery of nunchucks to the fullest. He enabled this group of white individuals to witness authentic Chinese Kung Fu, and the Chinese compatriots on the second floor balcony felt exhilarated and proud as every single invading enemy was knocked to the ground. Only Shan remained standing tall, swinging his nunchucks with abandon, releasing the pent-up emotions from within. At this moment, the police's suppression squad finally arrived, but the riot was drawing to a close. All that was left were the ruined streets and bodies strewn about. The Workers' Party leader Berry had meticulously planned this anti-Chinese riot, only to see it end in failure. Seeing the wounded, his hatred for the Chinese grew. At night, Shan and others entered American territory. They looked at their fallen compatriots. They resolved to fight for a place for the Chinese to survive, growing stronger. Sheriff Bill immediately became nervous upon seeing them, stating that the police had just barely quelled the riot. "Don't go causing trouble again. Have you had your meal?" A wanderer in a foreign land must return to their roots. They prepared to take him back to Chinatown for burial. Shan cast an angry glance at the Workers' Party leader, knowing this was far from over. Blood debts must be paid in blood. The Chinese must stand tall in foreign lands and make them reawaken to the strength of the Chinese people. The next day, a magnificent mural appeared on the high wall of Chinatown, and Shan felt both proud and aware of the heavier responsibility on his shoulders. He just wanted to live. We need a hero who can reveal the truth to us. That night, he ventured alone into a white bar. "Hey kid, who's hanging around here? Are we gonna talk or are we gonna throw fists?" A true battle between men was about to unfold. Anywhere in the world, fists are the ultimate truth, and only the victor are knocked down. Shan seemed lost in the battlefield, the years appearing different in his eyes. Then the two clashed again on the battlefield. There has been a considerable change, as if they've returned to a relaxed state. Subtitles. The knockdown Shan appeared to have discovered a fresh rhythm. There seemed to be a distinct gleam in the eyes of time as the two engaged in another fierce battle. It was a test of endurance, as fists flew without interval. Fists kept flying, fists kept flying, fists kept flying, fists kept flying. Fists kept flying, fists kept flying, fists kept flying, fists kept flying.